Yes. You want to see what's going on, don't you? Why are you downstairs?
Are you ready for your close-up?
Hmm? I said, now all you vinyl varmints and all you record collecting crew, have I got a box of records for you? Gentlemen,
Howdy, daddy.
how you doing?
Well, I'm doing. That's what all I can tell you.
I'll accept that. Okay.
That's all I got. It's been a very quiet week,
Yeah.
more or less.
Yeah.
Nothing going on. Garden's in, stuff like that.
As you can see, we're back at Attic Underground, back over at Daddy Land here for show number 56. I was trying to think of something before. Have we shown this before or not? And I'm thinking, well, don't be too hard on yourself.
We'll do that for you.
It's 56 shows. Who cares if we'll repeat, because they're all
That's right. Oh, hey, Stoner, sorry. Stoner, thanks for the big shout out. I think we've gathered up 2 more subscribers this week. Yeah, thanks a lot, buddy. Checks in the mail.
My head was so big I could hardly get it through the door. We're going to do 45 RPM picture sleeves today.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. All the best to the
Same deal here.
vinyl community. Watchers and subscribers, we love it. We're doing 45 RPM American, US or North American. Yeah, I think they're all American today. Anyway, we're going to start off with a band here, a very popular band. And this is Fortunate Son and Up Around the Bend by Creedence Clearwater Revival. Now, they're a very interesting band. Everybody knows the Fogerty Brothers, Doug Clifford, Stu Cook. And they had a lot of hits. And other than the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, they're the only people I can think of that they played both sides of their 45s. They had double hits. Now, when they go through the history of rock and roll now, these guys get left out a lot because they don't fit the time period that they were in, being basically like a rockabilly band. And there was a lot of people that still dug that sound and everything. I mean, they had their extended things and their Susie Q. And there you go,
I was
Dale
one of those
Hawkins.
guys that always thought they were a Southern band. But
No, he's from California.
California.
California. Teenager, like wrote Born on the Bayou when he was like 16 or so.
And Born on the Bayou from where? Santa Monica?
Yeah. No, they were a band called the Gollywogs. You know, like working band, weddings, the whole thing. And John Fogerty being a particular bright light.
Spit it out.
You spit it out.
Time for it to wait to whistle again.
Mm-hmm. Maybe if I had something more than water. Earlier in the day, don't I seem reasonable? But anyway, yes. This is Traveling Man and Who'll Stop the Rain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since it's been pouring for almost 14 hours here.
Run through the jungle and up around the bend. Very cool. Yeah, as I was saying, they were the Gollywogs, and then they were signed up by Fantasy Records, who thought they could use maybe one of these newfangled rock and roll bands. Because they were like a jazz label. And, of course, Creedence turned out to be a huge success. As I say, don't fit the actual Woodstock frame of mind in a lot of ways. Although they played Woodstock. They're just not in the movie. Looking out my back door, and long as I can see the light, which has a wonderful saxophone solo on it that I found out later on, is John Fogerty also.
Really?
Man of multi-talents.
Oh.
And another brother band, and a band where the brother quit.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. Is the other Fogerty?
Joe?
No, Joe Fogerty. Yes. He put out some solo albums and everything like that. I'm ashamed I can't think right now, but it'll come to me.
It's foggy.
Okay, yes. And here we're on Fantasy. This is another one here of their hits. It's Commotion and Green River. Lovely song, Green River. And this is Born on the Bayou and Proud Mary.
They get real
Huge Proud Mary. And up around the bend and Run Through the Jungle. And I believe this is a later one on Fantasy. You can see it's on a different label.
I can't make that out.
Okay.
That's it, folks. See ya.
How successful were Creedence? Well, they rated a die-cut cover and greatest hits album by the time 1972 rolled around.
What the?
Yes, with their profiles and courage here and who they are. I know we were talking about when we were doing Rocky Erickson not too long ago. We were talking about Stu, the bass player, who just made an album with him. So. Yeah.
Nice car.
Oh.
Ford? Chevy? Doesn't matter.
Well, actually, it looks like some kind of Mercedes or something like that. It's got that symbol on the top.
Oh.
All right. Okay, while we're continuing with our 45s, this is interesting. This is a Neil Young 45 from his album Hawks and Doves, which was from around 1975, I believe it says on here. And of course, if you have Hawks and Doves, it is a replica there, so you get the smaller one right there. We've never done a Neil Young show. I don't know how many rarities I have of him. I mean, I could just show the albums that everybody's got. And I don't know. Oh, look, there's Harvest. But
you must have something in your bag of tricks. Or I should say your box of records.
Really? I mean, some certainly weren't as popular as others. But, yeah, actually, here we go right here. This is lovely album. One of my favorites, Tonight's the Night. And this is Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Ragged Glory. The actual album of Tonight's the Night, I should have pulled it out. You don't get anything in here. There's all sorts of stuff in it. And there's a blank piece of cardboard. And I've seen more than one. So it actually comes with a blank piece of cardboard. Okay. There's the United States Bill of Rights is printed on there. And why? Because of the Ohio Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Young single. Which was Rush released. That's right. And the lyrics are here. So this would have been, when it first came out and everything. I've never seen another one. Oh, that was kind of cool.
Huh.
While we're in that direction of the Neil Young type thing.
We're not going to pick on Neil Young today.
Band of the Hand, which was the name of a movie that Dylan did a soundtrack for. Late 80s, I believe.
With the Heartbreakers.
Yes, that time period when he was playing with Tom Petty. Quit playing with the Dead by that point. This is a very unusual Dylan single. Should have been in our Dylan oddities. Maybe it was. But anyway, this is 2 songs off the notorious Self-Portrait album, which a lot of people didn't like. Wigwam and Copper Kettle. Now, Wigwam's an instrumental, with big Ray-Conniff horns and everything. Many people think, what's he doing? And Copper Kettle, an old bootlegger, moonshiner song. With the background vocals. Very, very Nashville. Strange period. And he was singing in that kind of voice too. All right, so here's something here that's it's an American 45, all right, but it's quite different than everything else. And I thought, when am I going to get a chance to show this? Did we have a bubblegum show?
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
I think we showed some of this stuff.
Some
before.
bubblegummy stuff?
Yes, I think we did that. But anyway, here's Tommy Rowe, Jam Up and Jelly Tight.
Oh,
And of course, Tommy Rowe did "Oh My Sheila," which was one of the greatest Buddy Holly songs that he never did. Like, sounded so much like Buddy Holly after he passed away. People were trying to fill that void. But then he got into more of a... I can flip this around if he wants the same thing. But just to make it blurry for a second before you make it more difficult.
no problem.
Yeah. Jam Up and Jelly Tight. And this is like bubblegum, and it's about jam and everything. It should be sticky, but it's actually...
Could you pass the jelly?
Yes. Could you pass the jelly? Porcelana all fruit. Could you pass the jelly? I've got that in the beta tape somewhere. It made me laugh the other day when I saw that.
Look at jelly.
I wonder if that's on YouTube. Yes.
Oh, it wouldn't be.
That's the one where all the fancy people are in Britain are eating some all fruit compote or whatever like that. And he says, the big Texas guy says, could you pass the jelly? Okay.
Whoa.
Enough time on that. It's hard to recount the great deep humor of that. Anyway, Shadow Man.
See?
Thanks for coming over today.
I love coming down here. And I think all our subscribers like this is better than looking at a white wall. The content is still great, but the backdrop. You can't buy... Well, I guess you could if you took a picture of it and sent it off to somebody. They'd make an extra large backdrop. But,
today we're featuring the Rolling Stones poster, and that is at the Marquee Club. And that's in 71, I think. And that was where they had their first gig, standing in for Alexis Corner at the Marquee Club. I saw that when I was in London. Point of pilgrimage.
Charlie back there.
Yeah, that's Jolly. Jolly is my darling.
There's Mick way over on the side.
Probably just where the photographer was.
Yeah, let me stand right in front of you.
Yes, photographer. So listen how those Canadians talk. Anyway.
So weird.
Cheers, my man.
Cheers,
everybody. Hope you enjoyed today's show. And I hope you enjoyed the conclusion of last week's guillotine challenge.
People want to know, will there be more? Hard to say.
Well, what the fun.
Exactly. And you've had your